In 3, 2, 1.
John, are we live?
We're live, sir.
What's going on, buddy?
Not too much. Had some electrical problems again.
Yeah, I'll let people know. Sorry we're not live at 3 o'clock. We're in a building. We don't control our electricity. We had a little power outage again, and we found out that the breaker box for this is in a completely different unit, and we had to go knock on their door, get it fixed, and then obviously get all the equipment that you can't see on air back up and running. So a couple minutes late, but better late than never, obviously.
This is true.
We just sat here in studio and chatted with our guests while John had to run around and get everything working. So I didn't do anything to get us on air. So thanks, John.
You did a fine job. Everybody was in panic, and you calmed everybody.
What? So. I didn't have a shout out, but now I have a shout out. Shout out to you for getting us on air.
Oh, geez.
You're going to one up me, but how are you going to one up yourself now?
Oh, man. All right.
But
well,
give us your shout out, because I didn't have one.
Okay. So I got two.
See,
one for me.
One upper.
And one for you. So first one, actually, both are from Monday. My goddaughter, her name is Jordan. It was her birthday. She turned 22, and she's down in Texas. She graduated college this past May, and she's starting her first year as a school teacher.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, very cool.
And happy birthday.
Very cool. And secondly, this is going to sound biased, of course, but a couple months back, Southwest asked Maggie if she would be the subject of an internal promotional video talking about Southwest Spirit and so on. And she was very nervous, but she agreed. So they produced, it's about 3 minutes. It's an awesome video. And it was received so well internally that Monday night at 8 o'clock, this past Monday at 8 o'clock, they decided to put it on the Southwest Facebook page. So since 8 o'clock all the way through, I looked a little while ago, it has surpassed 100,000 views.
Fantastic. Yeah. I saw it. It was an amazing video.
Yeah, they really did. They did a good job. And, I mean, she's awesome, so, of course.
Total rock star.
Yeah.
No,
So,
it was an amazing video. I saw the video. She was helping the little kid out, and then obviously talking about her experience. So congratulations, because she got the President's Award this year, which
that was
is a
really
big
cool.
deal. And like she said in the video, it's a big deal because her peers nominated her
Correct.
for it.
Yeah.
So shout out to her. Very cool video.
So that was just between her being her and Southwest investing in their employees and showing off the Spirit and then releasing it to the public. I just thought it was cool. So
I got a question.
Shout out to Southwest.
Shout out to Southwest and Maggie. Question. And I guess another shout out to Maggie. I'll have a shout out because she was going to donate her hair, obviously, to the charity.
Yeah.
But she also raised a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I know last time we said she was going to try to get to 1,000. She, I think, did.
Surpassed it.
Okay, surpassed it.
Yeah, just
congratulations.
So it wound up being 11 inches of hair that she donated. So we're going to hopefully get the CEO of the nonprofit in October to do a FaceTime.
I think you should join in on the donation part and just shave your head as a unity thing.
Oh.
And then I'll just donate the $1,000 for you to shave your head.
Interesting.
Now I got you out.
Or we could both shave our heads and see if we could raise money on her,
I'll tell you what, my hair will grow back to this in a week. So if you want to do it, I'll buzz my head. I won't Bic shave it because I have a weird looking egg head. I've done it before. I did it in high school. I don't have a good bald head. Thankfully, I'm not balding. Or else
Thankfully, you are not.
In trouble.
Well, you're still young, so we'll see what happens.
Look at this full head of hair. I'm 35 in a couple of weeks. But I will buzz my head if you shave yours. You see the verbiage I use there?
Yeah.
Buzz shave.
Boom. Yes. All right.
Oh, yeah, we'll have to do it
We'll
for
talk
charity.
about that.
Yep. Well, let me get to our show because actually talking off air while we were getting ready to come on air and all the electrical problems we had. These two are going to be a lot of fun today, and I think we're going to blast through an hour. So
I concur.
I will go to our first guest first, Natalie Garner. Thank you for coming on.
Sure. Thanks for having me.
She's the director of marketing for Hilton Grand Vacations. I'm going to let her explain the difference between Hilton Grand Vacations, because I now know the difference, but I don't want to butcher it. So,
Okay.
It's you.
Sounds good. Thanks. All right. So Hilton Grand Vacations is the vacation ownership side. We have over 51 destinations around the world. Our owners are able to use their membership to travel, make memories, go see and do. And that's the piece that I'm a part of.
Awesome. So if you have a membership, you can go to any of the Hilton Grand Vacation spots.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yep. As a member, you're able to use your points, and the points are determined based on where you like to go, how long you like to go, maybe what size unit you like to go, when you like to travel. But the really cool thing about our vacation program is that you can spend the points however you want and go and travel and plan your vacation according to you. You don't have to go when. You don't have to always go to the same place. It gives you a whole bunch of flexibility.
Well, that's really nice, because
Yeah.
when you think of vacation packages or a timeshare type of situation, a lot of times friends of mine that had them, they have to go back to the same place constantly over and over again. And over time, that you're just like, well, I want to take my
You want
vacation and
something
go
new.
see stuff.
Exactly.
And you guys have stuff in the U.S. and overseas.
Yep.
Awesome. Very
All
cool.
over. Absolutely. We actually just have one of our newest destinations right here in Chicago. So,
Cool.
yes. So, our newest property, we're super excited about it. It's over in the Doubletree.
Okay.
We actually, the location would be 300 East Ohio Street, but it's amazing. And we officially opened at the beginning of July, and we're just super excited about this property.
Love that location. I used to live at 512 McClurg, which is
Okay.
just a stone's throw from
It
there.
is, yeah.
And you can walk to the lake. There's so much to do. You're kind of in that Streeterville area, which is really, really cool.
Exactly.
Very awesome. How did you get started with Hilton Grand Vacations?
Well, I stumbled in this many years ago. I knew I've always loved to travel. I used to live in Memphis, and I came across an opportunity to be part of a team there. And I just loved talking about vacationing. That's something that I'm very passionate about as a person. And I just continued to stay in it. My very first position, I started off, I was actually working with a team, and we were offering vacation packages to guests, similar to what we do now. I just found it so worthwhile. I love that I was able to help people find a way to spend time together, and I was the first step in that. So that's how I got started. I actually stumbled across it by accident because I had no idea what vacation ownership was, timeshare, and it just seemed like something I needed to know more about.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing you've traveled to virtually everywhere now.
I tried to.
What's your favorite spot? Not just Hilton related.
Yeah,
If you
in
had to
general.
pick a place to go.
Kauai.
Kauai?
Yeah.
Hawaii?
Kauai, Hawaii.
And for those of you who saw my status on Facebook and are watching, we won't announce it yet, because I think I'm going to let our second guest announce the vacation package to Hawaii, because I think he's going to do it in quite an entertaining manner.
Grand
But
fashion.
this also means that all of you watching should keep watching for a little while longer, because there's going to be a really cool vacation deal to Hawaii that I think I'm going to go on. And
Boom.
maybe I'll take John. I don't know. And you have a little bit of a Southern accent.
I do.
I know where you're from because we spoke off air. But where were you before you came to Hilton, and where were you before you came to Chicago?
Before Chicago, I'm from Nashville, and so I lived there twice. I actually grew up in Memphis, and before that, I'm Canadian. So,
Awesome.
yeah, my accent may not tell you that, but I grew up outside of Niagara Falls.
Okay.
And so when I was 12, my family relocated to Memphis, and the rest is history.
You have like a Canadian Southern twang. Like
I do.
Combined in one.
It
is
depends
unique.
on who I'm around. Yeah.
And before Hilton, what was your background that got you into, obviously, Hilton and then becoming a director of marketing?
So my background is actually social work and sociology.
Okay.
I was a probation officer out of college. I got caught up in the .com era and learned how to build websites and businesses all over the country. And I just kind of became hooked into sales. And along the way, I learned that I like to work with people. I like to help people go where they want to go. And I've had some really fantastic leaders in my lifetime. And when I jumped into the vacation sales industry, I decided that I wanted to do for others what people had done for me. So along the way, I have sold things not as fun as vacationing, but my career has mostly been around helping others get where they want to go, teaching, training, and coaching. And the best part now is I'm back in the vacation business, so I get to talk about something I'm really passionate about.
Yeah, I could tell you're very passionate about it. And it's nice to go from something that's probably harder to sell than vacations to
Sure.
vacations and get the sales strategies and skill set, I think.
You got it.
Because vacations, I mean, I'm saying that it's easy to sell vacations. I don't necessarily think that might even be true. You guys probably have to be very good at what you do, because now with the internet, everybody goes online and they're like, well, I can go on Orbitz or Expedia.
Sure.
So you guys have still a fair amount of difficulty in,
Sure.
in the
Yeah.
sales side of things.
Yeah, and one of the benefits that we get, because we're in the Hilton properties, is that we get to work and focus on a certain customer. We love Hilton Honors members, and we want to help everyone else be a Hilton Honors member too. So we get to bring brand awareness, and we're able to work in the properties where, those are the guests that we're seeing every day.
So how do you become a Hilton Honors member? For those that don't know.
Well, you just go online and it's free.
Okay.
It's a rewards program, but it's a really great rewards program because you earn free nights. You can spend your points on Amazon. There's so many ways, but it's a program that has status levels based on, having you continue to come and stay the night at these properties.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
I think I've stayed at a lot of Hiltons, but not signed up to be a Hilton Rewards member or an honor member, which really doesn't make a lot of sense.
Right.
Oh, my.
We got to help you with that.
It's like I fly United and American Airlines a
Yeah.
lot, but I have a flyer mile and I don't ever really add to it, which is really
Right.
silly and stupid of me.
Right.
So I think after this, you guys will probably
We'll help you out with that.
I got 3 people here from Hilton, so I think I'm going to be buying a lot of vacations and also signing up for a lot of stuff as
Yep.
soon as I get off
Earning
there.
some free nights.
And all the rest of you should too. So Hawaii's your favorite.
Yep.
I'm from Nashville. Are you mostly located in Chicago now, or do you have to travel a lot with your role at Hilton to work on the marketing of different locations?
No, I'm mostly in Chicago. We actually have had such success in the Chicago area. We've opened a second team. That's our O'Hare team. So it's in the Rosemont area.
Okay.
And so we really just kicked off 3 locations all in a row. And so we have a second focus too, but that's really good. We're excited about it.
So how many locations do you have in Chicago total?
We have a total of 5.
Okay. It's
Yep.
a lot.
It is a lot, yeah. And then 25 miles away, we have another 3 that just kicked off because we also wanted
Oh, so 8 in the Chicago land area.
8 in the Chicagoland area, if you're including Rosemont area.
And is that the biggest market? Because 8's a lot now.
8 is a lot. We're in a couple of different cities.
Okay.
We're in Orlando, Charleston, New York, and we are on the grow, South Florida as well. I would say, I'm not sure if it's the largest, but I think we do pretty good.
Okay, awesome. And I'm going to ask you about some charitable work you do because I think
Okay.
it's awesome.
Okay.
Tell us who you do the charitable work for and what got you started there.
Okay, so, and this is another thing that I'm extremely passionate about. Our second son has Down syndrome. He was born with Down syndrome. And I remember just the fear of not knowing what life would be like, the health issues that we might be facing, and just going back through pregnancy, understanding what our new family looked like, what would be my new normal. Sure. And we have such a supportive family between my family and my husband's family and our friends. I really loved that people embraced us through this and they walked this with us. So our son Blake was born and he spent some time in the hospital. He had 2 holes in his heart. He was also born with something called pulmonary hypertension. That's what they call the newborn disease. Your heart and your lungs aren't really working together. And so we navigated that for a few weeks trying to help him. But while we were there, we had an organization deliver us a welcome basket. And it was full of things like notes of encouragement, resources, support. And what I appreciated so much was they said, congratulations, instead of saying something along the lines of, I'm sorry, or anything that wouldn't be on a positive note.
Right.
And I left that visit in that hospital room thinking, I want to do that. And so my son Blake, our son Blake is now 6 years old.
Awesome.
He just started first grade. We live in St. Charles. And I have been really excited to be part of an organization with NADS. It's National Association of Down Syndrome. It's here in Park Ridge area. And I'm part of a team. I coordinate baskets, just like the one that came to us 6 years ago. And we have family and friends who donate. We have people who maybe I don't even know who donate to the organization. But we're able to get resources and diapers and fun things like picture frames and just things that any family who welcomes a new baby would love to receive.
Of course.
So I've built a team. I coordinate for 2 hospitals in the St. Charles area. One is CDH in Winfield, and the other one's Delnor in Geneva. Mm-hmm. And we'll send myself or another one of our coordinators, and it's just somebody with a smiling face who can walk in the door and say, congratulations, we got you. And I really love it. So I do this. My husband and I, we have 3 kids, but this is something that's really important to us, and we make time for it. And it's grown to several hospitals in the Chicago area.
Fantastic.
So it's really neat, and I think it's something that, in that moment, can make such a huge impact for somebody, knowing that there's somebody else out there that understands you, but that also this is a celebration because it's a new baby.
Right.
And so I love being a part of that.
Well, fantastic. And thank you for what you do, and congratulations. Yeah. How does somebody, obviously you have a website, so if somebody wants to donate, they can go to the website and donate?
Yeah, so the website is www.nads.org.
Okay.
And that would be a great place. It's called the Welcome Basket.
Okay.
Or New Baby Welcome Basket, but they can make a donation and they can register towards that. That would be totally fine. There's another event coming up, and our family is typically part of it. It's a fashion show.
Okay.
And my son Blake loves the camera. And so he tends to enjoy walking down the aisle. But that would be another way too. That's actually the annual gala fundraiser that we're a part of. And so we'll be doing that at Donald Stevens in Rosemont. And that would be another way on that website where you can make a donation to as well.
And when is that?
When is that?
Yeah.
It's Sunday, October 28th.
Okay.
So I hope I have that date right.
Yeah, well, if not, we'll definitely check out the website.
That would be perfect. But yeah, that would be that's the date of it, and they've been doing it for several years. But it helps so many families across the Chicagoland area. So this is a Chicagoland agency, and it's just filled with great people and great volunteers, as well as families.
Well, fantastic. Yeah. And John, if we don't have a link up now,
we will.
We will. John's going to have a link
soon.
up
Sounds
shortly.
good. Thanks, John.
And if we'll also share it in the comment section. So for those of you watching this after we go live, it'll be in the comment section. So please at least take a look, support, follow them, and if you can, obviously donate. And if you have the time, go out to the gala.
Yeah, that would be great.
Cool.
Yeah,
Very
it's
cool.
a lot of fun. You can buy a ticket. There's a luncheon, but it's a great way to just see some amazing kiddos just working that runway for a really great cause.
Well, we have a lot of guests come back, and I know I'm speaking for John and I when I say this. If he loves the camera, next time we'll have to have him come in here and give him a microphone and a headset.
We could totally do that.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, he'd love that.
Well, he won't know that, he's live in that moment, but we'll have the video for him.
Yeah, he'd love it.
Yeah, and then he can have the video
He's
of him
all
being
about
on
Blake.
air.
Yeah, he's all about Blake. He's his biggest fan.
That's awesome.
What is
I kind of am my own biggest fan too. I
Yeah.
just don't have
it's a good
We
I
know
just don't
that.
have a lot of fans, so it's okay.
What
I
is
agree with
the? I just want to make sure I have it right.
Yeah.
Say, read it off again, please.
www.nads.org.
Very good.
Yeah. Thanks
right.
so much,
Awesome.
y'all.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll have the link in the comment section as well.
Great.
So that if you're watching this afterwards, you don't have to rewind back to catch the link. We'll have it in the comment section.
We are on screen right now.
On screen.
Yep.
Perfect. John is
Thank
so
you.
good at getting that stuff up on
you rock,
screen.
John.
Yeah. John has gotten to become an expert.
An expert.
You're a black belt at this now, John.
I'm a ninja.
I am going to segue and bring in our second guest, and then we'll kind of round table a little more about Hilton Grand Vacations. Stephen McPhee, he's a Hilton Grand Vacations team leader, but he's also a Army Blackhawk helicopter pilot, which is totally cool.
Yep.
Thank you for coming on.
Hey, thanks
I'm
for
geeked
having
out
me.
by that, by the way.
It's cool. It's the best job I've ever had. Well, thanks for having us. We appreciate it.
Well, thanks for coming on. Tell us what you do with Hilton Grand Vacations a little more in detail, and then I'll ask you about how the Army was and flying helicopters.
Well, I'm excited to be here. I love working for Hilton Grand Vacations, too. And Natalie, your story was amazing.
Thank you.
I had no idea you
I
did all
know.
that. That's awesome.
Yeah, thank
and
you.
she's my boss. So I work in the Embassy Suites, the biggest embassy suites in the USA, downtown Chicago, 511 North Columbus. And I market our packages here. And we have a lot of Hilton Honors people that love what we do. So we're in the lobbies here in Chicago, and we tell them what we're doing. And people love us. And we have a new resort in Chicago, like Natalie mentioned. It's amazing. It's got a rooftop pool, totally worth checking out.
Very cool.
So,
And that's the one that's off Ohio? The
that's
new one?
right. Yep.
Okay, cool. Because the one you guys have at Columbus is great, too. I've actually been in the Columbus one
You
before.
have?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And, again, lived in Streeterville, so I've been to a lot
yeah.
of events all over. But how did you get started with Hilton?
Well, funny story. I was actually when I left the military active duty, I was walking through my favorite store, which is Bass Pro Shop, and someone said they were hiring. I was a police officer for a little while.
Okay.
And so, but I resigned from that, and so I was looking for just a normal manager job, and then someone in Bass Pro said, yeah, we're hiring, and Bass Pro Shop has the same type of programs, and I got hired as a vacation specialist for Bass Pro. And then I got recruited by Holiday Inn and then Wyndham and Hilton, so that's kind of how I came to Hilton.
Interesting.
Just kind of followed it, yeah. So that's how I ended up at Hilton, and you know what? I'm glad I'm here. It's the #1 place in 2019 to work, actually. We just got voted for that. That's right, Natalie?
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to back up really quick. Are you good at bass fishing?
Yes, I am.
You are. I'm actually going bass fishing on Monday, although it's my friend's pond that's incredibly crazy stocked, so you can literally
That's kind of cheating, but all
my
right.
other friend's 4-year-old caught, I think, more fish than I caught, which made me sad at my own skill set. But somebody said I had to get a bandito lure.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that like a good thing to get?
You know what? I didn't.
Or
I don't-
are they just messing with me and I'm going to show up on Monday and get outfished again?
There's so many different lures and techniques. I say just keep it simple. You don't need to overdo. You don't have to pay a bunch of money for some crazy hooks and crazy lures and crazy bait. Just keep it simple. If you have a stock pond, like a worm will work.
Okay.
That's all you need.
All right.
The best bass fishing that I know is in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Okay.
Which is on sale for $2.99, 5 days, 4 nights.
Oh, there you go. This is why he was recruited so actively. Well, I wanted to go get all the gear, like have the vest and I'm all about accessories and just show up on Monday and be like, I got this. But the problem is if I do that and I show up on Monday and I suck, then I'll be a laughingstock more so than I already am.
That's funny.
Very cool. So you're with Hilton, and then before that you were with the U.S. Army.
Correct, yeah.
And when did you start and how long?
So I was 18, joined in 2000, and I did 13 years active duty.
Wow.
Then I had twin daughters, so I left active duty and I just became a civilian and just started working civilian jobs. And I missed it. And so last year I actually heard that the Illinois National Guard was going to be moving from Chicago Midway Airport to Kankakee, Illinois. And so I just applied to fly with them again. So I joined last year. So I'm still in. I got 5 more years, and then I can retire.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So tell me how you get to flying a Blackhawk helicopter, because we had a gentleman on the show that does Chicago. He does the helicopter tours, and he was explaining the difficulty in flying just a normal helicopter. It's not like an airplane where you can teach almost anybody to fly one.
Correct.
So what was the process of getting to being able to fly not just a helicopter, but...
Well, you know, that's a good question. It's super competitive, and since I was a kid, I always wanted to fly something. And you know, I loved all the old movies like Top Gun, which is coming out next year. I'm
You
super
took
excited.
my question. I was
Right?
You're a Top Gun fan.
I'm having a boy. I'm thinking Maverick. But yeah, so I actually applied when I was in the Signal Corps as a communications specialist. Put my flight packet together when I was in Iraq, and then the colonel came up to me and said, "Hey, McPhee, pack your stuff. You're going to flight school." So that was 2005, and so I went down to Alabama, Fort Rucker, and I did 2 years of training down there, and I became a pilot. Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Now, is flight school like Top Gun? Is it super competitive?
It's very competitive, yes. You know, you got the honor roll, you got all kinds of different people competing. You know, I want to fly Apaches, Blackhawk, Chinooks, or fixed wing airplanes. And I always wanted to fly Blackhawks. You know, seen Blackhawk down, I'm sure most people have, and I've always wanted to fly those. And so it's very competitive. They do all kinds of crazy stuff to you. Got survival school, you know, you got all that, the stuff they do to you, and some stuff we're not allowed to talk about. You know, we signed a waiver for that. But it's totally worth the sacrifice, and I was really blessed to actually get that position. And then my first duty station was in Korea. So I'm a brand new pilot, and I'm going to South Korea, and they said, "You're going to be flying to North Korea, you know, the DMZ."
Right.
I was like, okay, no problem there. First flight, boom, I'm in North Korea.
Yikes.
On accident. You know, I'm flying with somebody else who knows that we kind of got a little bit lost. But so yeah, it's been a great time with the military, great benefits, and it's the best job, I think, besides Hilton Grand Vacations.
Well,
Good answer.
Congratulations. I mean, I
Thank you.
know it's no easy feat to get to where you were and then to get to a point where you're flying Blackhawk helicopters. Did you have a call name? Does that actually happen?
They actually do have call names.
What
Yeah,
was their
they
call
called
name?
me Hawk Tamer.
Hawk Tamer.
Uh-huh.
There you
because
go.
you gotta tame the Black Hawk, you know, and then my flight instructor told me you need to strap that helicopter on your back and tame it. So yeah, that was my nickname, Hawk Tamer.
I would never go by Steven.
Yeah.
Ever. I would just be Hawk Tamer. Because Mavericks was a call name.
Right, it sure was, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a bit my dog passed, but his name was Maverick.
Right, that's awesome.
I'm
I'm
big
sorry
fan.
that he passed.
Thank you.
It's a cool name though.
But yeah, I was and still am obsessed with Top Gun. Can't wait for the second one to come out. But you're like a real life Top Gun.
we should go together.
I just went. We should. I went as Halloween twice as Maverick, but I'm like the
You did?
imitation version. I did.
Can you put the picture on the website, John?
Actually, if you find it on my
will, I
Facebook,
will.
I
John,
think you
put that
can.
on the website. I want to see that.
But you're like the real life Top Gun,
Well, I don't know about that, you know.
which is pretty awesome.
Well, less than 1%.
Thank you for your service.
It's an honor. I was just going to say less than 1% of Americans actually serve our country.
Yeah.
We have a couple people at Hilton Grand Vacations that are prior service guys, and they're great. And, you know, we're not afraid to talk to people. And, of course, we always have the values of Hilton and the Army. So, yeah, it's an honor. It really is an honor to be part of the military and serve my country. And I love it. It's
Well,
great.
thank you for your service, and it's an honor for John and I to have you on.
Oh,
so
appreciate you having us.
Indeed.
yeah. And I'll ask one more question about the Army, and then I'll move on to Hilton and your experience and what you do there. What made you want to sign up for the Army? Because you want to fly helicopters and you want to fly something, but that doesn't necessarily mean you have to go to the
That's
Army.
right. That's right. Yeah. So I was born at a Marine Corps base.
Okay.
My dad was a Marine. My brother was a Marine. So, of course, I have to be a Marine. Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, if you're familiar with that. And I was ready to join the Marine Corps, and then the Army recruiters came up to me in high school, and they're like, "Hey, young man, do you want to fly helicopters?" I was 17.
Yeah.
So what a 17-year-old doesn't want to fly helicopters?
Sure.
So that's what happened, and I signed up, and I didn't fly helicopters because you know how recruiters are. Yeah, well, first you got to stay in for a couple years.
Yeah.
So that's how I joined the military. I did a 2-year contract, and it was the best. I think it was the best thing I ever did, besides being a dad with my daughter. So, yeah.
Well,
That's how I
there's
do it.
a level of discipline I'm sure that you have that's at an incredibly high level that I'm sure translates really well into the workforce once you got into.
Yeah, I think a lot
workforce.
of corporate companies, they want to hire military because of that, because of the discipline, you know, and the work ethic. Right, Natalie?
I'd say yes, absolutely.
Well, I lied about asking questions about your flight experience because I'm going to ask one more.
But wait, there's more.
There's definitely more. Flying a helicopter, because I race cars and I'm geeked out by cars, and I've always wanted to fly something, and I've never gone to get a lesson. It's much more involved, right?
There's a lot involved.
There's a lot. You're basically using both feet, both hands.
Both feet,
it's
both
not
hands.
Like
yeah, so you have your pedals, which is your you have a collective, and you have a cyclic in the middle, and all of them have to work together simultaneously.
Right, it's balance.
So my first time trying to hover was like a rodeo, if you can imagine a bucking horse or a bull, and they call it the rodeo. They call it the helicopter rodeo because your instructor pilot will give you one set of controls, like, all right, you have the cyclic, which is the stick that wiggles you around the middle, and then you're like, oh, this is easy. And then you have the pedals, and he'll take over everything else. All right, I got this, and then he'll give you the collective, and then he's like, okay, now you have all three. So yeah, when you take all three, it's a wild ride.
Yeah, that would scare the living, you know what, out of me the first time that
I can
happens.
teach you.
Oh, listen,
Yeah.
I'll learn at any time.
Yeah.
You might not want me.
No, I'll
doing
teach
it.
you. You just gotta believe.
Oh, I'm in. John, I quit. I'm going to go learn how to fly helicopters.
No, you're going to have to race me because I want to do it.
Do you have to get a pilot's license before you get a helicopter license, or you can go straight into getting a helicopter license?
You can go straight in. Yeah,
Okay.
you pick. It's called rotary wing
Okay.
for helicopter aviation, and fixed wing for airplanes aviation. A lot of people are both, but more people are just airplanes because it's cheaper to learn in a flight school for airplanes. It's about $300 an hour for a helicopter training school.
But you can land a helicopter in all different places.
Absolutely.
Whereas an airplane, you have to find a airport.
You need a
and
strip.
a runway. Yeah.
Right, yeah, and I've landed in some crazy places in Afghanistan, all over. There's, Colorado, some mountains. If you ever want to
crazy.
check out some Pikes Peak videos, there's some videos of Pikes Peak helicopter landings. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm geeked out
Mm-hmm.
by this. Now I want to go fly helicopters. So I'll bring it back to Hilton Grand Vacations because I feel like I could ask you a million helicopter questions and everyone's going to be like, well, why don't you move on, Mo? And this show's not about you learning how to fly helicopters.
Thank you.
I'm guessing you love to travel too. With the Army,
yeah.
you've moved around a lot. Are you traveling a lot with your role at Hilton?
I am. I've used my benefits for Hilton. Great benefits. I've traveled to, all over Vegas. I'm going to Charleston tomorrow. I lived in Africa, Korea. I've used a lot of our benefits to travel, and that's the best part about it, I think, working for a corporation that will allow you to travel, and because that's really, you see more.
Right.
The meaning of life to me is to love your friends and family, help whoever you can, and then see the world. So I think working for a company like Hilton with all their benefits is amazing. And like I told you, I'm having a little boy,
Yes,
Maverick.
congratulations.
This just came out yesterday. Natalie told me instead of 2 weeks of vacation for dads, we're going to get 3 months.
Yeah.
Is that right?
12 weeks.
Wow.
12
Yeah.
weeks. So I'm super
New
pumped.
benefit. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Well, sorry, everybody
Yeah.
who is watching that I work with. I quit too. Oh, wait, I got to first have a kid to get the 3.
You got to have a kid
No,
first.
That
right.
complicates it.
When
I'm-
a man loves a... You know what to do.
Well, I now also can't name my kid Maverick. Maybe I'll name him Iceman.
You could do that.
Yeah.
Big cousins.
Yeah, now I don't quit. Sorry, guys, because I still have
He's
to have
back.
a kid. I'm back. What's your favorite place to travel to?
Oh, you know what? I love America. There's so many places I still haven't seen. Like I haven't been to Mount Rushmore. I haven't been to Yellowstone.
I was literally last week talking to somebody about it, and I saw Mount Rushmore on TV, and I'm like, I can't believe I've never been.
A lot of
That's not
people have.
far.
Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
I haven't been to our capital.
Oh, that's you got to go there.
I
love
got to go to
DC.
D.C.,
Yeah.
which is on sale for $3.99 for 4 days and 3 nights with Hilton Grand Vacations.
Well, here, I'm going to let you give us some of these vacation deals, and
Okay.
then what's the big deal you want to announce? Because I've already posted it on my Facebook. So
Okay.
I have to pitch it now.
Everybody wants to go to a tropical destination and relax on the beach with their family. So Hilton Grand Vacations is doing an amazing promotion right now. It's a 6-day package to Hawaii, either Honolulu or Waikoloa Village, for $699 total for 4 people.
Wow.
And they're giving you 13 months to travel.
And it's not per night.
That's not per night.
And it's not per person.
That's not per person. That's total.
We could do like a 1-2 punch everywhere.
But wait, there's more.
And that's legitimately $6.99 for 6 days
Yes.
for up to 4 people.
Correct. And it's no secret Hilton Grand Vacations obviously the reason why we do it is because we want to sell you guys more vacations with
Sure.
Hilton. You know, if you see something that fits your lifestyle and your budget, go ahead and buy it.
Right.
You know, but the best part about it is, you know, you do get a great discount. You're staying at an amazing destination. It's Hilton. Everybody knows Hilton.
And do you have to sign up for like a entire package to get that deal?
Of course not. It's a one-time purchase.
Okay.
If you do buy something, though, we get a bonus. But obviously, you don't have to. Just enjoy your time there. And we appreciate Hilton Honors members, too. So if you guys pick up a package from Chicago specifically right now, we're going to give you an extra 75,000 Hilton Honor points, which is a lot.
That's awesome.
That's a lot.
Okay. I just spent some money that I wasn't planning on spending today, John.
Very good.
Yeah. Thanks, John. Now I get to go to Hawaii.
That's right.
And you said it's Honolulu and where else?
Waikoloa, the big island with the volcano.
Okay. I've never been to Hawaii.
Right.
So that's the big island volcano. And then there's one that's a greener island. And then there's Honolulu, which is like you fly in and that's
There's a
more
bunch
like
of
city.
Hawaiians all over, though. Just to let you know right now.
It's Hawaii. And what's the package to Orlando?
The Orlando is great. So the 1-bedroom package, 5 days for $299. The 2-bedroom, 6 people, it's $499. Is that right, Natalie? Is it 6 or 8?
6.
It's 6 people, and that'll put you in a 2-bedroom.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because I've been to Orlando twice in the last few years. And it's like that much a night.
Yes.
Right.
Most places. And everything in Orlando is pretty close to Disney.
Yes.
You guys are pretty close to Disney, I
Oh,
take
yeah.
it?
We have 4 resorts in Orlando. The
Okay.
Hilton SeaWorld Resort. Obviously, that's right next to
SeaWorld.
Bam! And then we have the Hilton Park Soleil, the Las Palmeras, which is Spanish for something. I'm assuming La Palms. I don't know. ¿Se habla español?
Las Palmas, you said?
Claro que sí, por supuesto, como no es la verdad. 5 días, $299. So 5 days for $299, or 5 days for $499 for our listeners.
Do you have any properties in Mexico?
We absolutely do.
I think you need to be shipped down there.
Yeah. Claro que sí, por supuesto, como no es la verdad. México es muy bonito.
And where in Mexico?
Well, those are actually for our owners only, so we
Okay.
don't have any special promotions for Mexico. But you can definitely check out our website for those
Awesome.
type of promos.
I just got back from Mexico, hence
Right.
I'm slightly tan.
I see it.
Am. I
I
normally
know.
start with a tan, but I'm like
Right.
2 shades
I
tan.
mean, you're Mo.
Yeah,
Let's
I
go.
come
Come
with
on.
a tan. And what is the package for Chicago if somebody's staying in Chicago?
is amazing. I mean, you ever stayed in a hotel in Chicago, you know, average per night is
That's what I was
$250,
getting
whatever,
at
right?
least.
We're doing a 4-day package, 3 nights at downtown for $299.
Okay.
That's ridiculous.
And that includes you can do it on a weekend?
There's no blackout dates, Mo.
Blackout dates.
Yeah,
Look at that.
and that is 13 months to use it. So you want to come for Ravinia, you want to come downtown, you know, for anything. It's $299. So there's no blackout dates, no resort fees, no restrictions, and we have 4 different properties for you to choose from as well.
And so somebody books it now, anytime in the 13 months with no blackouts,
That's right.
they can book it.
That's right.
Yep.
For instance, if they bought it today, what's today? The August 28th. So they have until September 29th of 2020. AD.
That is
AD.
pretty, That's pretty crazy because most vacations that you buy way ahead of time have a ton of blackout dates.
They do.
And that ends up becoming the problem. So if you
Right.
buy a vacation now for somebody else that you want to take 13 months from now, there's typically a
They
blackout
always
date.
seem like great deals. You know, the price is great, but there's some stipulations to that. So what I love about Hilton Grand Vacations in Chicago, specifically our brand ambassador program 56, is that they have that flexibility to choose when and where they want to go from the comfort of their home. They don't have to worry about booking it right away, and I can't use it. I can only use it on Tuesday through Wednesday.
Yeah.
You know, whenever you want to go.
Perfect. Natalie, I'm going to go back to you. We always, in the show, ask for pieces of advice or learning experiences.
Sure.
It could be for an entrepreneur, somebody who's trying to get into marketing, whatever realm of work you want to give that advice in. I'm going to shoot it off to you first.
Okay. Well, I think that, you know, for many years I tried to find what I was passionate about. And then I just started doing the things that I like to do. And overnight and over years, I've realized that those are the things that I was always passionate about. And most of those things were looking me in the face the entire time. So my advice, as I have friends or, family members, and they're searching or longing, to find that thing that is for them, just find what you like doing, and you'll be surprised about how that turns into what you were really meant to do anyway.
Well, I can tell you have a lot of, and great advice, I can tell you have a lot of passion in everything you do.
Yeah, I think so.
Which, for working at Hilton or working with a charity, makes a whole lot of sense to have. Mm-hmm. What do you do when you're not working or helping donate your time to charity?
Well, so I'm a wife and a mama. I've got 3 little ones, and I love to kayak.
Okay.
That is my thing. So I'm going to buy a kayak. So it's just a matter of when. That's what I really like to do.
There's a lot of new kayaking launches opening up in Chicago. I was just talking to somebody 2 days ago. There's one in Roscoe Village now that just opened up. And the Chicago River is becoming more and more kayak friendly.
Right. I haven't done it.
Haven't done it?
No, I want to.
In the river ever?
No.
Okay.
I usually go in the Fox River near where we are.
Closer to you.
Yep, but I have kayaked in Alaska. That's my other favorite place to go. And I have kayaked in Kauai and most recently in Sea Island, Georgia. But I just love it. I could do it every day. So
I actually have never kayaked, but I canoed one time with my mom, and we pulled a crab onto the canoe.
Oh.
We were in Florida.
Okay.
In the Everglade little ravines.
Yeah.
And I pulled a little crab in, and she freaked out and stood up.
Okay.
And we just about went over, and then we took a ton of water in.
Right.
And it was a disaster. So I think if I did do it again, I would only kayak so that I don't have somebody else capsizing me.
That's right. You could do a single kayak, but there are doubles.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, I've always
you have
thought that
choices.
kayaks were just by yourself.
No, there's doubles. Yeah. But I like to do the one by myself. So.
I feel like the Chicago River would be kind of a treacherous place for me to start because you got tons of boats going in and out, and I'd probably be a poor kayaker to start.
Yeah. Somewhere there's lakes around here. There's lots of places because people really like to kayak. I would recommend starting there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
I
the
think about
Chicago
doing
River.
the Chicago River. I haven't done it. Yeah.
Well, there's so many tours now.
All right.
There's so many kayak tours in the city.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in that river,
Yeah.
with the architecture tour boats. I don't know. I haven't done it yet. I want to.
The river walk is incredible in Chicago now.
Yeah.
So you can actually kayak up to it and then
Yeah.
stop and
Do
have
a
something
pit
to
stop.
eat.
Yeah. Very cool.
But it's also caused a lot of boat traffic now because a
Yeah.
lot of people are coming off the lake, going through the locks, coming into the river so that they can actually enjoy that too.
Sure. Yeah.
Have you done the architecture tour?
I have. I love it. It's a good tour. It's very interesting. Have you done it?
I've virtually every time somebody comes in from
Yeah.
out of town
That's
and
what
they
you do.
ask what they should do,
Yeah.
I take them on the architecture
That's the thing to
tour.
do for sure.
I'm going to have to stop at a Hilton resort first.
That's right.
Or tell them to stay at a Hilton resort so they don't stay with me. Yep. And then I'll pick them up and take them to Navy Pier and start an architecture tour.
That's right. That would be a good thing to do.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then, Stephen, piece of advice for us or a learning experience?
Okay, well,
I have a feeling I'm going to get a
advice.
couple tidbits in
yeah,
here.
hey, you know what? If you love what you do, which I think you do, you never work a day in your life, that old saying.
Sure.
And I love what I do here, and just find something that fits your lifestyle and enjoy it. I think if you help someone every day, you do something cool, you live longer. And if you vacation, scientifically proven, you do live longer.
Yeah.
So, especially women, they live longer if they vacation at least once a year. So if you don't love your wife, don't take her anywhere. But just joking. I'm joking.
Thinking it was twice a year.
I'm joking. Could be twice a year. But yeah, that's all I got for you today.
On Monday, I was reading a little quote that I put up on LinkedIn, and now I've forgotten its exact verbiage, but it was something along the lines of, don't get too busy making a living and forget to make a life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I think is a fantastic quote, and I was notoriously bad at taking time off work to go vacation, and I've completely in the last couple of years changed that because I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably would have lived a lot
Absolutely.
shorter life if I didn't start
Absolutely.
to take time off.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic
Yeah.
because you guys are selling vacation packages, but I think if you take it a step further, you're selling that experience with your family, or if you don't want to take your wife and you just want to go
There you go.
somewhere.
Because kids aren't going to remember what they got for their birthday, but they remember that trip to
They remember.
Orlando.
Absolutely.
You know what I
Sure
mean?
do.
You know, it's the idea of spending on experiences, not,
Right.
items that you probably don't need very
Right.
much of.
Yes.
And I'm guessing you're still an early riser. Are you like an early
Yeah.
guy? The military,
4:45
for real?
every day.
Every day.
Except
Is
on
that the
Saturdays.
military, like, wake up time?
That's Jen. Yeah.
That's Jen waking
yeah,
up at
she wakes
4:45?
up early. If you're watching, Jen, hello.
So she's up before you then?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I would always imagine the guy who has a military background would be the first one awake.
You're right. Yeah. She sets her alarm a little bit earlier than I do, and the coffee's ready, though, so I appreciate it.
So what do you do in your free time when you're not flying helicopters?
I like to coach youth sports like soccer,
Okay.
wrestling, football, baseball. I like to travel, obviously, but and then spend time with my kids.
Virtually all the sports, by the way.
Yeah.
You coach. Fantastic. You didn't say basketball, right?
I play basketball for fun, but I'm only 5'7".
Yeah.
So-
So I was saying
Right,
that because
you know.
I too stopped playing basketball in the 8th grade. But I'm guessing if we played a bunch of guys that were 5'7", we would do just
We'd be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just gotta believe.
Yeah.
Like I said.
Yeah.
I used to be able to touch the rim.
You know what?
With a ladder.
I could tip the rim, with my middle finger. My father was the same height as me. He could dunk a tennis ball.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
No, John, I actually used to be able to do it without a ladder. Today I would need a ladder and maybe help up the
boost.
ladder. But when I was maybe in 8th grade, I could actually touch the rim.
I believe anything you say.
Jeez. And I had rec specs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had the Horace Grant goggles because I
Okay.
had terrible eyesight.
Gotcha.
Well, I'm going to let John ask some questions because John, do you have questions? Or
I do,
Because
I
I
do,
messed
I do,
you
I
up
do.
last week.
You did.
I
You
tried to
killed me.
wrap up the show, and John
I was
had
like, hey.
questions. And then I felt like a total jerk. And you had some really good questions
Well,
last
thank
week.
you.
So
Appreciate
hopefully
that.
you still have good questions this week.
Well, now I'm on the spot. I don't know,
Yeah.
man. So going back, Steve, to the story you were telling about the rodeo. What exactly do they call it?
They call it the helicopter rodeo.
The helicopter
Yeah. Uh-huh.
rodeo. Okay. So how high? I'm looking at it from, okay, if I'm an instructor and I'm handing everything over to this guy, how high off the ground about are you?
We're about 20 feet off the ground.
So
Close.
Wow.
Yeah.
enough to really make yourself, if you guys fall.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and these guys are professionals, John. So
True.
they know exactly what they're doing. They know what's going to happen.
Right,
They've
right.
seen it a million times, once you take those controls.
I'm sure. Yeah. I'm just thinking, wow, that's 2 stories. That's pretty good.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Well, I got a follow-up question to that.
Sure.
You've instructed now, I'm guessing, people?
I have.
You have.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys have, is it like a driver's ed vehicle where you have a set of controls?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes. We both have equal set of controls. There's an announcement made, I have the controls, and then they'll respond, you have the controls, and then you'll repeat, I have the controls, just so people know, because if you're fighting each other,
Yeah.
That's not good.
If you're familiar with the Ethiopian flight, the Air Max,
They kept.
they were fighting each other on the controls because the systems were reading 2 different readouts. The co-pilot side was not reading the same as the pilot side, so they were fighting each other because they were not communicating with each other because they were panicking. And they had seconds to decide, what's actually going on. The raw data versus the computer data, it was an issue. So hopefully,
Interesting.
Yeah, the Boeing's supposed to be fixing that. I mean, they have a long way to go, though.
Well, at least there is a second set of controls. When I'm coaching in a race car, we don't have like driver's ed pedals.
Right.
Yeah.
So sometimes we're coaching, and if they do something completely boneheaded,
Yeah.
you're along for the ride.
Oh man.
So I was imagining that in a flight school where the stakes are far, far higher, it
Yeah.
would be smart.
Yeah,
enough to
we
put a
have
second set of controls.
equal set of controls in helicopters and fixed wings as well. So
Well, now I feel better about him coaching and training me to fly something.
There you go.
So
Exactly.
I'm not going to nosedive and kill ourselves.
I've got the controls, Mo. Relax.
I was like, you got the controls, you got the controls.
Oh, please, please.
I have the controls.
I don't like horses or riding anything like that, so I don't want to be in a rodeo anyways.
Yeah.
Not 20 feet off the ground.
No.
Nope.
Oof. And just whatever you want to touch on. As far as Iraq, I mean, we're back here. We see footage. Just your general overview. How messed up was everything over there?
Well, that's a touchy subject, but all I know is my job was to save people. I was a medevac rescue, so I don't understand the politics of why we're we're always over there. But I do understand that there's a lot of great Americans, men and women, who sacrifice their time, and sometimes, unfortunately, they're the ultimate sacrifice, and their loved ones are back home. So the best part about being over there, though, was the honor. You understood that what you were doing, and then getting a care package sent to you, just like Natalie was talking about when her son was born. That is the most meaningful thing, when you get something from a stranger that says, hey, we're with you, you're not by yourself. So, yeah.
Okay. Very good. Thank you.
All right.
Lighter subjects for both Natalie and Steve. Natalie, I'll go with you first.
Okay, I'm up.
So I've heard, but I don't know 100%, any upcoming destinations for Hilton Grand. I know Mo asked about Mexico. I heard something about Cabo. Is that somewhere in the works?
I think it is. So, as you guys know, we're introducing people to Hilton Grand Vacations. That's why we
Sure.
do these packages. So I do know that I have been told that Charleston is coming live, and
Nice.
perhaps a Cabo package is in the works too as well. And those ultimately would be places that our owners can travel to and enjoy. But the packages give us an opportunity to send people and learn more about Hilton Grand Vacations and see if timeshare is something for them. So
Beautiful.
those are the two that I've heard. So
Very
John
good.
wanted to break news. I could,
Yeah.
just, I could
Yeah.
just see it in his
I think
face.
those are the ones he wants to go to. He's a
I
Vegas
do.
guy, though.
I
Yeah.
am.
Yeah,
I'm a
he's
Vegas, guy, for sure.
Yeah, me and him both.
Yeah. Does
Yeah.
Southwest fly there?
Oh, very
Yeah.
quite
They also fly
regularly.
to Hawaii as well, guys.
Yeah.
They
Oh, that's
do.
right. They do now.
They do.
They
Which
do
is on
now.
sale for $6.99.
Yeah.
And one other, Natalie, as
Okay.
far as Chicago, people coming into town that take advantage of the package.
Mm-hmm.
Are there other things that go along with it as far as businesses that are coming on board to make their vacation even better?
I'm glad you asked. We actually have this amazing program we've been working on. Our whole team here in Chicago and at the corporate office has been helping us kick this off, and it's our Grand Experiences program. So we figured when owners come to town, like, what do they want to do in Chicago? So we put together the best of the best. They're going to ask us where to go, what to see, what to do. And so we decided to put together a program for them. And our Grand Experiences is something that they're going to receive when they check in. And it's a card that they'll show around the area. We've partnered with some really great places. Stan's Donuts is one, Labriola's, the Escape Game. And we have put together these vendors who were excited to partner with us. And it was a way for us to connect with the community and, send people who are new to the city to check out their experience. So we're in the process of building that. We actually will go live next week, and we'll begin handing out those cards to our leisure guests as well as to our owners who belong with HGV as they check in. So we're super excited about that. And as we continue to, dive into Chicago and, build relationships and partnerships that help businesses everywhere.
What a cool idea.
Yeah.
Sorry to take over again, John, but
Yeah.
No, go.
when you travel to places a lot of times, especially a city as big as Chicago that has just so much to do, you're typically like, well, where am I going to start and what the heck am
Right.
I going to do in the time I have? So what a cool idea to
Yeah.
at least give them a starting point of here's some really cool
Sure.
places to go to.
Well, the other thing that's really cool about these businesses is that they have put together things that would be discounts or incentives for our guests, whether it's a 20% off coupon, whether it's a discount on a ticket for one of the big bus tours. So we really appreciate that. But yeah, so it is a cool idea. It gives them a list of things to get started. They're all places that we love, and businesses that we thought would be really fun for our guests to experience as they come to Chicago. And we're still adding to that. So we look to continue to grow that program and just really connect with these businesses in the area and see if we can send them some great business.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, thanks for asking.
Oh, you're very welcome. And I want to do one more time, because I find it very important, of course, to get the website address, please, for the organization.
Oh, for NADS?
Mm-hmm, please.
Oh, sure, yeah. www.nads, which is NADS.org.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Thanks so
Just wanna
much.
Make sure we had it right.
Yeah.
And we've had that up on screen, I'm guessing, John? I haven't been able to see the feed.
It is, yes.
Okay, awesome.
Just
And
double checking on it.
Great. For those of you listening to this and you're not actually watching it live, obviously now you have it. And for those of you who are watching it like before, we'll put it up on YouTube and Facebook for the videos.
For sure.
So that at least you have a link that you can click on and go there. And please go and, again, share it, like their pages, and if you can, obviously donate, because what an incredible cause.
It would be awesome. Thank you.
Well,
Absolutely.
Thank you guys for coming on. That was a lot of fun.
Indeed. We got started a little late.
Yeah, we started a little late, but
we were a little nervous.
Kind of zip through. Well, I got real nervous when everything went out in the studio. I thought we're not going to have a show, so I'm glad.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm glad we were
Yes.
able to have you guys on.
We
'cause
pulled
it was a lot
through.
of fun. John, do we have an announcement for next week?
We don't, and the reason is because of a couple weeks back, we shuffled some people around, and with it being Labor Day, there's a couple people that were looking to come on, even 2 days late, later than Labor Day, but people are going to be out of town. So
Okay.
I know we're going to be here, and we have some people who are readjusting their schedule, but I don't
Okay.
want to put anybody's name out there yet.
Okay, fantastic. We will be back next Wednesday at 3 o'clock with a show.
Absolutely.
And some surprise guest or guests. Or we'll just have Steve come back on.
Surprise!
We'll talk about helicopters. We'll talk about helicopters for an hour.
Indeed. Indeed.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in. And again, we'll see you next week at 3 o'clock on Wednesday. And have a great Labor Day.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Thanks so much.
In 3, 2, 1.